So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a quick video on this one particular transit of Jupiter that is currently occurring as we speak, and it's been occurring for literally the past week or two, which is the Gandanta approach of Jupiter. Because whenever any planet approaches the end of a water sign and goes into the fire sign, it's known as a Gandanta point. It's a point of karmic, um, uh, you know, what can I say? It's an untying of the karmic knot, but also it even represents release from your karmas, release from karmic knots, a retribution in a way. So when we are looking at a birth chart, we use the Gandanta point differently because then a planet has to be after 29 degrees in a water sign and below 1 degrees of the fire sign, which is known as Gandanta. In transit, it's a little different. Why? Because it's a moving situations we're trying to address, we're trying to understand. So Jupiter is moving towards the Gandanta point, which means it slowly builds up. And then even when he enters the sign of Sagittarius, it's still in its Gandanta point. So it's continuously happening. You see, that's the difference. And obviously, if you do not know if which house and sign your Jupiter's transiting in right now, which is obviously going from Scorpio to Sagittarius, but if you don't know which house it's occurring and all the other astrological details for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, and also my new 2020 transit reading that I have right now. But also, in this particular report, you're going to find something that I'm a big adamant about, which is Ashtakavarga, which is a mathematical score that is given to each house by each planet. So in your report, you will see this particular page where you see planets in each house giving a certain point. So Mercury will give certain points, Jupiter will give certain points, and they will go from lowest to 0, highest to 8. The higher the points, the better the transit is going to be. So if let's say Jupiter is giving 8 points to your sign of Sagittarius, I mean, you bet it's going to be an excellent transition, an excellent Gandanta transition. The lower the points, the more harsh the person will deal with such transitions of Jupiter. Now, usually Jupiter always gives pretty good points to most of the houses. You know, I have yet to see Jupiter give 2, 1, or 0 points to any house, but I'm sure it can. Okay. So once you have seen this, the one thing you have to realize with this particular Jupiter Gandanta transit is that a Gandanta point with Jupiter is not necessarily always bad, because this is the guru, this is the protector, this is the, the teacher, the benefic teacher. And Jupiter naturally is the heavy one as well. But the thing is this, who's waiting in Sagittarius for Jupiter right now? Ketu and Saturn. Ketu and Saturn are waiting for Jupiter in Sagittarius, and this is why this Gandanta becomes extremely powerful, where a person may find release from their guru and mentors, may find issues, may find struggles dealing with their mentors and gurus. Jupiter represents advice. Jupiter is a counselor, right? I mean, like a psychologist, psychiatrist, it could be your parents, who, whatever the advice is given to a person in terms of wisdom is Jupiter. So naturally, with this Gandanta point, one can listen to wrong advice. One can listen to wrong wisdom in their life with people. One can be purposely given a wrong advice so the untying of the karmic knots happen. So this is where a person has to be careful of what they are hearing, what they're listening to, whom they're listening to. And especially when it comes to teachers and gurus, that's where it's mostly going to unravel. Like, for example, you will find many people discover that, oh, I've been following a fake guru. I've been following the wrong wisdom from this person. Now, now think about it. Will that come with the higher points or lower points? It'll come with the higher points. So the higher your points, the more you're able to understand that, oh, this is not the advice that is sound for me or good for me. The lower the points, the person may actually get wrong advice and starts following a wrong guru in this time period. And that's what you have to be careful of. Now, even when I say you have to be careful of, the problem is everything is already predestined. So the ones who are to get the wrong advice, or the ones who are to get some karmic, repercussion from this Gandanta point, will probably never even watch this video. They will come across this video after the fact that things have happened. So that's another thing that I'm discovering, in life, that no matter what I say here, no matter what anybody else says, like, great astrologers can give you excellent advice, whether online, whether on articles. But the thing is, if you are meant to watch it, you will watch it. If you're meant to suffer from something, you will not be finding that advice. And it's all true for all of us. Like, even me, I have made stupid mistakes, ridiculously stupid mistakes. And then after that, I'm like, how come I did not come across this information now? How come I'm coming across it now and not before? Well, that's because it was predestined for me to suffer from those things and then learn from it and find the fact that, oh, I should have done this instead of that. So maybe people will discover this after the fact that they have dealt with these Jupiterian things, like, especially in this period, please do not make big investments with money. Like putting into stock market and speculation, starting a business. Unless you can lose that money and you're okay with it, it's not going to put a big crack in your savings, fine, do it. But if you think like, oh, I'm motivated and Jupiter's entering into the sign of Sagittarius, it's going to be great, well, just hold back on that. Let the Gandanta point pass away, okay, until Jupiter is like at 5 degrees or so and it had passed through. Then you should go towards making certain decisions, and only if it's giving good Ashtakavarga points along with Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius. Because remember, when Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu are together in this particular sign till January, end of January, where Jupiter is going to move out, till then all three of them are going to be together, and then Ketu is going to be there till September. So you got to understand, here's Jupiter trying to take control of two strong karmic malefic planets. And they're not even friends, they're very neutral to Jupiter. So they can give certain things to Jupiter and not even blink an eye. So it is a very chaotic situation, but especially on individual level, you have to look at the Ashtakavarga. You have to look at, the points that the total house is getting. So the overall strength of the house is seen. Then you got to see the individual points that are given by the planets. And then you can see that, will this transition be something that will benefit me and I will learn from, or will this transition of Gandanta point I need to suffer and through which I'm going to learn from? So either it's a savior or a punisher. And that's the beauty of it. Because I'm seeing a lot of emails from people who are dealing with certain situations, and my brain automatically went to the fact that, why is this happening? What is happening in the transit where they're dealing with, all of them that are dealing with similar patterns, similar themes? Well, that's because once I looked, I'm like, oh, it is going toward the Gandanta point, which is where it's causing, the water is mixing with fire and causing steam. But this is the steam of your heavy, Jupiterian karmas and Jupiterian knots. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is my quick analysis of this particular Gandanta point. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these kind of videos. And if you want to know where your Jupiter is placed, your transits and its reading and all the consultations, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.